The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And tonight on DC News Now at 5, parts of our region remain under an ice storm warning, what that could mean for your morning commute. And celebrate the future of housing, how DC officials are turning an old building into and reimagining the downtown area. And later, stretching your dollar, how to avoid being late on credit card payments during the holiday season. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. Weather anchor Brittany Ward is in for Damon Matson this evening. And Brittany, the first winter storm of the season hit today, and some areas right now are still under an ice storm warning.
Yeah, that's correct, Mark. And we're going to be seeing those ice storm warnings in effect until about 10 p.m. tonight, mainly just west of I-81, where we're still seeing those freezing rain, mainly in the higher terrain, where the rest of us now switching over to rain. And this is going to be the trend as we head into your evening. Still have some moisture that we got to deal with towards our south, but that will slowly begin to work its way out as we head into the second half of our evening. Zooming into the overall picture, you could see mainly dealing with rain showers now across Hagerstown and Frederick, where earlier they saw freezing rain, as well as Cumberland. We are starting to see improvements though, but we still have those alerts in effect. That ice storm warning, like we were talking about earlier, still in effect again for areas along that I-81 corridor until about 10 p.m. tonight. We're also keeping our eye out on the district as well as our tidal basin area. They are under a coastal flood advisory until about tomorrow morning, and that's because we're going to be keeping our eye out on the potential for flooding as we head into those overnight hours. Now, the good news is sunshine is in the horizon. It'll be returning to our area on Friday, but how long will that be lasting? I'll have those details for you, Mark, coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. In Virginia, the winter weather started late last night. The morning commute could have been dicey, but there were a few issues for drivers. DC News Now's Lex Juarez explains why.
Well, the ingredients were here for a messy, icy morning on I-81, but the Virginia Department of Transportation said, not today, Mother Nature. While we saw ice built up on street signs, tree branches, and even power lines, drivers were able to continue on their way without missing a beat. As we know, VDOT pre-treated the roads early this week, and that brought them about 1 hour in the rain before there was a threat of ice. Now, on top of that, 740 trucks drove the roadways all morning, treating them with rock salt, and snowplows were out ready to hit the road if any ice did accumulate.
Our crews continue working until we are well past the threat of freezing temperatures on the road surface and in the air. So the job's not done for us, but you know, we're hoping that those temperatures will get and stay above freezing as quickly as possible.
Now, the showing that we saw from VDOT wasn't even the whole fleet. Over 1,000 more trucks were on standby in case the weather took a turn for the worst. In Winchester, Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
And according to Maryland State Police, they responded to 36 crashes, 11 disabled or unattended cars, and they answered 275 calls for service. Well, happening now, parts of the region still experiencing power outages. Maryland has 1,824 homes without power. That has decreased throughout the day, but in West Virginia, that number continues to rise at 17,236. We're turning now to breaking news. We now know the name of a pregnant woman found dead in Montgomery County apartment. Police have identified her as 26-year-old Denise Middleton. Her body was found decomposed, and her accused killer, Tori Moore's White Oak home last week. Moore had been arrested for a separate murder of a gas station clerk. An autopsy showed that Middleton was 9 months pregnant at the time. Investigators believe that her baby would have lived had he been delivered at the time of her death. And Maryland State Police arrested a woman wanted for hitting and killing a man on Interstate 95, then leaving the area. State police arrested 63-year-old Lydia Parada Benitez, who was driving on I-95 South near the Inter-County Connector when she hit 23-year-old Cesar Alfred Charles Burke, who was killed. Now, the victim was parked on the shoulder talking to someone when that person stepped into the lanes. Burke tried to pull her back when he was hit. Benitez is charged with leaving the scene of an injury collision and failing to report an accident to police. And D.C. police arrested a man that they say shot and killed another man in an apparent road rage incident in Southeast D.C. D.C. News Now's Katie Ree has more details.
D.C. police arrested 44-year-old Anthony Williams of Gaithersburg, Maryland. They say he shot and killed a Southeast D.C. man. Now, police also believe that the victim had nothing to do with the car accident that brought police to this scene. Now, they say they're concerned about road rage incidents that are on the rise here in the district. Police were originally called here to Good Hope Road around 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon for a car accident and a shooting. They say two cars collided, one pulling out of the gas station and repair shop, the other traveling on Good Hope Road. After the accident, the victim, 33-year-old Brooklyn Michael Lynn of Southeast D.C., who MPD says was not involved in the accident, went over to the two drivers. Then police say an altercation escalated, and 44-year-old Anthony Williams of Gaithersburg, Maryland, shot and killed Lynn. Police found an illegal gun at the scene, and now they're concerned and frustrated with a rise in road rage incidents across the district.
I'm very worried about it. Unfortunately, road rage incidents are on the rise, as you know. We've had several incidents over the past few months, but it's never acceptable to bring a gun into an incident that's an accident. You know, they happen. That's why they call it an accident.
Williams has been charged with second-degree murder, and police are also investigating why Lynn showed up at the scene in the first place. In Southeast D.C., Katie Ree, D.C. News Now.
Well, in Virginia, a man is facing additional charges after a DNA match linked him to another sexual assault that took place in February. Detectives traveled to Tennessee to get DNA from Louis C. Allen and see if it was a match. Allen is currently being held in Tennessee for sexual exploitation of a minor and aggravated photography of a minor, and he will be extradited to Fairfax County for the sexual assault of a child. The hearing is expected to take place in February. D.C. launches a new groundbreaking downtown housing project. The project will convert the old Vanguard building in the Golden Triangle neighborhood into the L Apartments with 163 new homes. It'll also feature 8,000 square feet of retail, restaurant, and rooftop pool and other amenities. The goal is to create a mixed-use space where people can live, work, and play in the downtown area.
A great opportunity to change the mix of uses in the downtown, in the Golden Triangle. So we're not only having beautiful commercial buildings and workers, but we will have more DC residents calling this neighborhood and these buildings home.
The project could be completed by May 2024. Well, taking a look at your money this evening, another aggressive hike by the Federal Reserve brings interest rates to the highest they've been in 14 years. Now, this is the 7th increase this year, and the Fed is signaling we could see more rate hikes in 2023. So what does that mean for you? If you're planning to buy a house or a car, it'll cost you more. But if you've got any money earning interest, you may see a boost to your savings. Inflation has slowed down and consumer prices rose less than expected last month. But as we enter the winter season, those savings are being lost to the grocery store. Heath Cobb with our sister station, 22 News, explains.
While still high, the inflation rate has declined, meaning good news for the economy, as November of this year saw the smallest 12-month increase in prices since December of last year. And while Americans are saving money at the gas pump, they're still spending more in the produce aisle.
People have so much money to spend, and that gets higher fuel costs, higher food costs, clothing, all that. It's just a pie, and it gets slivered down.
And for produce that can't be farmed locally here now that it's winter, prices have continued to skyrocket, hurting both supermarkets and consumers. Grocery prices rose 0.5% in November, led by an 8.9% jump in the price of lettuce.
Lettuce has been hit very hard. I mean, basically anything from California and or Florida, you think of the shipping miles, price of diesel fuel, it's just, you know, in that price of your product. That's why we love summer local stuff. We get local products as much as we can, but obviously this time of year, we have to bring it in from, you know, far away, and that's fuel costs.
That was Heath Cobb reporting. Now, shoppers may be spending more on food, but gas prices are getting cheaper by the day. That's according to AAA across the country. The price of regular gas sits at $3.19 per gallon, a significant drop from $3.76 per gallon last month. Now, here in the DMV, gas in D.C. costs $3.51 a gallon. West Virginians are paying $3.23 for a gallon of regular. And Maryland drivers aren't far behind at $3.22. And in Virginia, you'll pay $3.06. So things are looking okay. Well, the Biden administration is trying to get ahead of a spike in Christmas COVID cases by expanding access to tests, treatments, and vaccines. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor reports on the White House preparations ahead of an expected holiday surge.
We don't want this winter to look like last winter or the winter before.
The White House reports COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are now all rising. But Dr. Ashish Jha, the administration's response coordinator, says unlike the past 2 years, the remedies are widely available.
The updated COVID-19 vaccine is your best protection against the version of COVID we're fighting right now.
The White House announced Thursday it's helping states stand up more mobile and pop-up vaccination sites, while also offering another round of free at-home tests Americans can order online at covidtest.gov.
With tests starting to ship as early as next week.
But Jha says the administration can only reopen the website for a limited time since Congress has yet to approve more money for COVID.
If we don't get more funding, we won't be able to send more tests out to the American people.
The debate over additional COVID funds played out Wednesday night as the lawmakers tasked with investigating the pandemic response issued their committee's final report.
But the coronavirus crisis is not the last public health or economic emergency our country will face.
South Carolina Democrat Congressman Jim Clyburn recommended more investments in vaccines and treatments to prepare for future COVID variants. But Ohio Republican Congressman Jim Jordan argued lawmakers should instead investigate the nation's top infectious disease expert.
Dr. Fauci misled the country, and he did so right from the get-go.
In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.